Alright guys, let's very quickly talk about all the sources you can get Lumamber and pulls from. So, quick summary of what Lumamber is used for. Lumamber is used for recruiting new characters and also for refreshing your prisms here, which of course is needed to play the game mainly. So you need it to collect resources and that sort of thing. So I have my list here and we're going to go through all of it and I'm going to tell you how you can get Lumamber throughout the entire game. So the main one, especially if you're new, is by playing the main story here. So you get first completion and also just 3-starring stages. You get Lumamber for that. So for this one here, for instance, you get 50 for the 3-star clear, and then you get 50 for the first clear reward. So for playing it and also 3-starring it. That's one way to get Lumamber. Then there's also the extra chapters as well. If you do the extra chapters, you go to the chapter reward, you get Lumamber as well, if you get a high enough star clear for that. So you get like about 150 Lumamber per extra chapter. Of course, there's also the dailies as well. So if we go to the dailies here, we can see we get 20 Lumamber from this one and 30 Lumamber from that. So we get about 50 Lumamber per day. Nothing too crazy. Then we got the Colossus. So the Colossus gives quite a bit actually. So it gives you from like a couple sources. So there's the friends and then there's your dispatch mission. So let's go check the friends first. So your friends have a chance to give you Lumamber. This time they give me Nidium. Hopefully one of them gives me Lumamber. Come on, friends, do you like me? Nope, come on. Show me the Lumamber. Ah, I think we have one more friend. So they give you only 30 Lumamber. It's nothing crazy, but it's like, to my knowledge, it's just random chance. So here, thank goodness. Okay, we got 30 Lumamber. So you can get Lumamber from your friends. I think I've gone up to like 60 from my friends. So you can get up to 60 just from, redeeming from your friends. So that refreshes daily. So make sure you're always talking with your visiting friends. And the amount of visiting friends kind of scales with your Colossus mood. So put furniture in your Colossus. Then we have the dispatch mission. This one gives you probably the blunt of your daily Lumamber. So I had these running overnight. So this one gave 34. This one gave 15. This one gave 30. And then this one gave 26. So it gives you like, depending on what star dispatch missions you're doing, it'll give you about like 100 a day. But like if you're a new player, you got to build and level up your dispatch like building. So you might not be getting that right away. So I just have this running. So, in 5 to 6 hours, I'll be getting more Lumamber again. And of course, you are capped by your remaining dispatch attempts. So the next one here I have is the Calamity Codex. This one's a weekly thing you can do. So if we go over to Calamity Codex, depending on how good you do, you can get from 100 Lumamber to 150 Lumamber. So nothing too crazy, but yeah, you can do this once a week as well. One thing I forgot to mention in the Colossus is actually the simulation room. You can actually do the simulation room as well. So if we enter this here, so if we're cleaning some of these, you can get commander level, and the commander level gives you Lumamber. I believe this goes up over time. Yeah, so it can go up pretty substantially, but it does take a while to level this as well. You're only capped by the amount of missions you have in your simulation room, so that's just something to consider as well. Then we have, of course, the event. So this game will always be having like events running, right? So in this case, it is the end, Maiden in the Ruins. So this is the current event. So you can typically get thousands of Lumamber from events. So if we go over here, let's see, all the way to the top. So 400, 400, 400, 400. So like 1.6k. So 1600 Lumamber. Not too bad. So this is going to be the blunt of like the resources you get. And of course, like they'll also hide it kind of like in these missions. So this one just popped up today. So you can get like 100 Lumamber per one of these. So it's like, assuming that's the same for all of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like 600 Lumamber here as well. So the events are usually littered with Lumamber. So this is probably going to be the blunt of your income. And then one last one. This one's going to be kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel. We're going to Old Seal. So you get 100 Lumamber for clearing the last like mission here. And you might get it from some of the previous ones, but I can't preview the rewards from the previous ones, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, so you can technically get Lumamber from Old Seal. So now let's just talk about pulls. So you can also accrue pulls separately. So let's go back to the main story here. So chapter rewards. So for each chapter, you can get up to 3 pulls. So there's 10 chapters, so you can get like up to 30 mainstay banner pulls. So that is the yellow like star flares here. So you just need the chapter reward there. So the next thing, of course, is the extra chapter. For those who notice, this also gives a pull as well. So it gives you 1 star flare here as well. So you can do that for all the extra chapters. Then we have the battle pass. So the battle pass does give Lumamber, but you have to pay for it. But if you just want pulls, that's in the free tier. So you get about, I have 4 from my notes here. So you can get 4 star flares from like maxing out the battle pass. Then there's secret territory. If you do secret territory, you will get the currency to buy pulls every week. So let me find out the secret story here in the shop. We scroll down, star flare. You can buy 2 every week. So do secret territory just a little bit. You don't need a lot of currency for it. But I also recommend getting the recharger pack, right? Because it just, gives you more energy. But yeah, you can get 2 every week from the secret territory as well. Then there's also the Calamity Codex. So the Calamity Codex, it gives you a chance to get a pull from that. So it's nothing too crazy. So let's see, does it say in here? Plus a small chance to obtain small flares. So yeah, this will give you a chance to get small flares. So if you're doing it for Lumamber, you may also get a free pull as well. So far, I've only just gotten 1, like, free pull. Maybe you can get more. Not sure. So let's see. There's also Old Seal as well. I can't show you the rewards, but yeah, Old Seal also gives you, like, a couple pulls as well. Just make sure you're doing this whenever you unlock it. If you're a new player, don't worry about it. You'll get to it eventually. It will eventually unlock. And then probably one of the easiest early on ways to get, like, well, the main story mission definitely gives you the most, right? And also, I should probably also mention as well, in the main story, every single time you fight, like, a major boss, so, like, 10-7 here, you will get a first clear reward for, like, a free pull. So you will get free pulls just from beating, like, bosses in the main story as well. But also the spire. So the spire, like, every, like, 5 stages, you get, like, a free pull. So they'll give you, like, a free star flare. So doesn't matter what, like, element you're doing. Every 5 stages, they will give you a free pull. So this is a really good way to get, like, free pulls. And you can see I have a ton to, accrue. I still have a lot I can get there. So we also have, let's see, what else do we need to talk about? Of course, you can get it from events, kind of like similar to before with the Lumamber, same concept, except you can also get pulls from the main event. And then the last thing I want to talk about is a little bit more in depth in the shop here. So we have the Star Gem store and we have the Star store. So, clicking on the Star Gem, basically you get this for dupes. Whenever you're pulling, you get this from dupes. Star store, you get this from rare dupes. I believe this is 5-star and up dupes. I could be wrong, and that's someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But basically, these 2 things are from dupes, essentially. So once you get, like, dupes, you get this currency, and then you can buy pulls with that. So as you can see, like, 730 hours is going to be a while before the shop resets. But this is also a good place to buy stuff from the store if you want to buy the pulls. But except for the Star Store, I would probably recommend saving your Stellar Gems for either buying the character straight up or buying their Lumamber. I would not recommend buying the flares, because let's be honest, you're probably not going to get anything, right? Even if you buy all 5, what are the odds you're going to get a 5-star unit? Pretty low. So I recommend saving it for the Lumamber of a unit you want, or the actual units themselves. So that should wrap it up, guys. There is one last thing, though. You can theoretically get pulls through the mail here. Let me see if I can find any. I'll see if I can find any. I have a bunch of monthly pass pack rewards, so they give you like 100 a day. But let's be honest, that's not, free to play. This is mainly just free to play stuff. There's tons of ways to get Lumamber with money, but we're not talking about that here. Let's see. Is there any here? Oh, right here. So yeah, this one here, like they gave you like 1,000 Lumamber in the mail here. So, oh, here on the right, you can see the attachment. So yeah, this is just one final way. This is random. No way to predict when they're going to give you free Lumamber or pulls through the mail. So this is just one last thing I'm going to throw on there. So hopefully this video wasn't too long and that you guys were able to absorb some of that. I'm going to share the list I was referencing in the description below, so if you want to look at it. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me, and I will see you guys in the next video.